So these are just different methods or different types of tools that I use for cutting PVC. We have Sawzall. Used to be my favorite when I'm dealing with a large pipe. It's a go-to, but when I'm dealing with smaller pipe, like 3/4 inch or 1 inch, I typically stick to the hand tools because they give you a much cleaner cut. These are my latest, which I'm actually thrilled to find at Ewing. There's super fine teeth on this one, and then this is exactly like the draw saw that I've been using, many different kinds that I've been using. This is one of them that I did a video on earlier this year. It's also the same type of blade, and these are amazing because you can get super thin slices cut off of PVC. For example, I haven't even tried it with this one yet, but say you want to only remove say 1/8 of an inch or so. Should be able to get that 1/8 of an inch all the way through fairly slick. Let's see. This is the first time I've used it. I've not used the saw yet. I bought it today. So, but as you can see, if you needed to get a really thin, you need to be able to hold it better than I'm holding. I'm holding it by hand, but you need to get a really thin shaving off of it. These types of saws are amazing for that. They typically give you a really nice straight edge, except for I wasn't able to hold it. Right now I'm holding in front of a camera. It's not as easy because I don't have total control because my arms are too far away. But another go-to, ratchet cutters. Ratchet cutters just make it slick. They don't work really good on Schedule 80, but for doing Schedule 40 PVC, they work really good as well. Another that I used to use all the time, but not so much anymore. It's just the same blade that's in a Sawzall. This one folds up, can be put away. It's more of a hacksaw. It's able to give you the ability to be able to cut galvanized if you have to, although that's a lot of work to cut with a handsaw like that. Here's another version that's just a basic hacksaw blade. Both of these I've used extensively throughout the years. Now that there's less galvanized, I typically stick to something more like these, and then PVC ratchet cutters for installation, definitely, so because it's so quick. When it gets down to tubing, so this is a funny pipe, and then this is just drip tubing. So my go-to is actually shears like this. It takes it, it cuts it. Obviously, it can be pretty explosive if you're not careful, but for the smaller stuff, it cuts through it really easily. And the reason for that is I don't like tubing cutters, and the reason is because these are not spring activated, and it's really easy to get your hand cut sticking it inside of a toolbox, or tool bag. But these do cut very slick. In fact, I'll take off that spot right there so this can still be used. But then it also is designed to cut this as well. It is not designed to cut PVC. So you try to cut that PVC, you might be able to get through there, but you're going to damage that blade, and it's not a good idea. So another thing that you can do for tubing as well is that you can carefully use a I want to call it a sheetrock knife. It's the name is escaping me at the moment, but yeah, just this razor blade will cut through this fairly simply. You just have to be careful not to cut yourself doing it. But it's whenever I've had to reach into the bag and find it, but I haven't had either tubing cutters or these shears, then I will often use the utility knife, is what it is. My favorites though are maybe not so much this one, because I'm new to this really fine tooth blade. I absolutely love these blades. This one is really flexible, but it's also because it's super thin, and this one can be folded up. Another thing it works really good for is sawed. These will still stay sharp after you use them in the field to be able to cut some of your chunks of sod out of the way, get really up close and tight to your heads without having to use a shovel and keep stabbing at it. So yeah, these have been super versatile. They also were intended for wood in the first place, this blade. So the rare occurrence that you have to cut wood on the job, you've already got a saw that can do that. So yeah, my go-to would be ratchet or the draw saw style ratchet cutters. I always have a utility knife kicking around. I always have the shears kicking around. These are typically backups. The Milwaukee I also do have around once in a while, but typically just for galvanized lines, because you need a little more oomph to be able to get through galvanized. It's got a, you know, you're working at it for a long period of time, but you know, a lot of people love using this a Sawzall to cut PVC. It's a little messier. You have to clean up a little bit more. It typically, I mean, if you're really good at it, you can get it super straight. It typically leaves a little bit of garbage that has to be cleaned off of it, but it often chips too when you're if you're cutting and it's on a bind. Yes, it works well, but I have other preferences. Again, draw saw, not for PVC, but this one is one of my go-tos for cutting tubing. And then installation, I always use ratchet cutters. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Please share the video.